My father is paying for my car, my wedding, and my master's degree, but I refuse to speak with him. I will give you some context. My mom and dad were married for 35 years. My dad always had lovers and side pieces, making my mom's life miserable. But I must admit that he was a good father. He gave us the best education, health insurance, good house, vacations, and everything we could want. My dad handled his affairs with his side chicks during the day, so at 6 or 7 p.m. my dad was always at home having dinner with us or watching TV with us. My dad never went out at night and came back drunk. He never mistreated or physically hurt us or my mom. His only problem was that he could not control himself with women, much younger women. This behavior of his continued since I was very young and throughout my life. Even though we were not accepting of his behavior, we all learned to cope. It was just what my father did, like his hobby. He had mistresses, some lasting 1 week, some 1 day, and some even 10 years. No matter what we, my siblings and I did, or no matter how much my mom cried and screamed, my father never stopped. He never got angry, never got defensive, never screamed back. He just listened to our complaints and rants and tears and went back to his women. My dad never flaunted his mistresses in public or would do anything to embarrass us socially. So eventually we all ignored this behavior of his because it was clear that they were all side pieces and that he put us and his marriage first, always, never missing an important date, wedding, or outing for a date with his mistresses. So we ignored it as if nothing was happening. It was like the elephant in the room that nobody wanted to talk about. My mom suffered and was incredibly hurt, but she eventually learned to ignore it and continue her happy married life as if nothing was happening. That was until 10 years ago when my brother came to me and said, "Sis, I think this new mistress is different, let's call her Sophia." My brother tells me, my dad has been going out with her for a while and he seems in love. I feel something is off. But the years and time passes and my father's behavior in the family doesn't change. He continues to be the attentive father and husband to us and my mom that he has always been. My brother occasionally expresses concern about Sophia, but we consider her just one among many. But Sophia continues to remain in my father's life as time goes by. Sophia is 37 years younger than my dad. The pandemic comes along and we all need to quarantine. My dad quarantined with my mom. My dad never left the house only for the supermarket and special needs during the quarantine in the pandemic, so we consider Sophia gone and over with. We laugh and joke that another one bit the dust. My dad says that he wants a specific vaccine and that he will travel to the USA to get the vaccine. No vaccine was available in our country yet. My mom and my siblings were willing to wait, but my dad, being much older than my mom, said that he could not wait and that for his health he would be leaving for the States and getting the vaccine for COVID. He leaves for the States and stays up there for 2 weeks, saying that he felt ill after the vaccine and that extreme reactions to the vaccine happen all the time, and it happened to him, so he must stay to recover. After 2 weeks, he returns and resumes his pandemic and quarantine life with my mom at home. We think nothing of it. After 2 months, my dad says that a vaccine booster is out and he must get it. He must travel to the USA once again and get it. My mom tells him we now have the vaccine here at home and that for people his age it is easy to get it, but he refuses. He must get his specific vaccine in the States. He once again leaves. After getting the vaccine, he once again claims he has had a severe reaction and must stay for 2 additional weeks. After 2 weeks he didn't come back and we called him. He said he now has COVID-19 and must remain there because he cannot travel with COVID due to international travel restrictions. After 4 additional weeks, he is still not back. My mother wants to go and see him, but he says he still has COVID-19 and she cannot come see him because he's in quarantine and she won't be able to see him. During the pandemic, we were all unsure how COVID worked and how deadly or not it was, so we all believed his story. We imagined him inside a sealed-off hospital room with no human interaction. We were all very concerned for him being alone in a foreign country with a potentially deadly disease. He was very curt when talking to us. We think it is because he can't talk due to the illness. 2 more months go by and he is still not back. My mom calls him and says that no matter what he says she will travel to see him and he can't stop her. That is when my dad came clean and told her he was not coming back. He had officially left her, my mom, and us. He and Sophia, his longtime mistress, have been living together in Costa Rica of all places for 3 months now and he is happy with her and he just won't be coming back. He loves Sophia, she is the love of his life, he has been with her now for 10 years and he wants to live the rest of his life with her. My mother is devastated, I am devastated. I am in disbelief. We are all grieving and wondering why and how my dad could throw away his family like this. We feel like crap, we feel like nothing, trying to cope with this is hard for us and harder for my mom. My mom is depressed, threatening to unalive herself. Our family is in the worst crisis of our life. We all question ourselves, why doesn't he love us, why were we all not good enough? I cannot believe he left and he left in this manner, doing it in the sneakiest, dirtiest way possible. Please understand he left his clothes, cars, business, beloved dogs, his house, everything. He left everything behind and walked out with the clothes on his back and a lie never to return. We were a very close family, always having lunch together on Saturdays, the whole family with grandkids, nieces, nephews, aunts, uncles, everyone. We knew we always had that to fall back on, but when my dad left I was left marooned and lonely. I felt that I did not fit in this world for the first time and I have been having a really hard time coping. So fast forward to today. My family slowly resumes talking to him, and they awkwardly try to forge a broken relationship. He makes it clear he won't come back, he still loves us, he still supports us, and we can come visit him and Sophia in Costa Rica whenever we want. During all this, I have refused to speak with him, but he continues to pay for my master's degree, he continues to make the payments for my car, and he has gifted me $25,000 for my wedding. I believe he owes me all this and more. I have decided he won't be invited to my wedding and that my brother will walk me down the aisle. Am I right to continue not speaking with him while taking his money?